Made it.
Season's greetings and welcome to Mission Bay High School, the home of San Diego Internacional, the UPSL side, the playoff side, the second game in a consecutive day side. That is in the blue. Coming up today here at Mission Bay High School as we are heading into the third round matchup for the play-in, the proper tournament of the 2025 Lamar Hunt Open Cup, the longest running soccer tournament in the world. My name is Tony Sanchez, along with Alejandro El Chiva Villaseñor, part of San Diego Fútbol, San Diego's #1 soccer outlet, soccer source for soccer. Every Monday, 2 balls at a mic, 8 p.m. live stream with the great Darren Smith tomorrow. But next to me, we have the great and powerful Alejandro El Chiva Villaseñor. Are you ready for some Lamar Hunt Open Cup action here at Mission Bay High School, Chiva?
Absolutely. I'm excited. I mean, back-to-back days that we're here, but now we're in a beautiful cold night here in San Diego to watch San Diego Internacional versus Chula Vista FC.
Cool night indeed. It was a little bit over 24 hours ago as the match about to begin here on a Sunday night. 58 degrees. Temperature feels a little bit colder than that as we see Chula Vista FC in the white playing San Diego Internacional, the home team, in the blue, who regain possession here. Trying to move inside the box. We'll get you some lineups here provided by both teams in a bit. And you mentioned it, Chiva, earlier, a couple hours ago. This same side, the same Internacional side, had a matchup against Sporting SD in the UPSL, their league playoff series, and were victorious in that effort, 2-0. Not necessarily the most comfortable of victories there, as a first foul here for Chula Vista gets called. Ball restarting. So we already see familiar faces from SD Inter. This is a UPSL side looking at the triangle, the pyramid, whatever geometric shape of your choosing is. It's in that rung of professional soccer, and we've seen some familiar faces come through teams like this, familiar faces that you've seen in 1904 FC, familiar faces that you've seen at San Diego Loyal FC, familiar faces that you see across in Sunday League teams and across San Diego. This is where the heartbeat of soccer in San Diego really resides, as Inter try to go get a through ball here on the left-hand side, looking for Lucas. And as such, here at Mission Bay High School, there's a lot of, a lot of people who know each other, play at different leagues, East Lake Soccer Leagues. One of the teams actually in the UPSL. But Chula Vista FC, a side here being represented that is an academy team as well, has teams at any age down in the South Bay of San Diego. It's a little bit more robust, part of the MLS Next program. Chiba.
Exciting, right? It's just exciting, right, Tony, to just see the opportunity of both of these teams to even qualify to the tournament. We mentioned that the winner of this team will face against Laguna, another team, amateur team that's trying to make the U.S. Open Cup, Tony. So Laguna did beat Irvine. So the winner of this match faces them. There will be a draw to see who is the home team. And from there, the winner of that advances to the round of 32 for the Open Cup.
We have a capacity crowd here at Mission Bay High School. Those condemned away seats not being able to be utilized. But I can guarantee you, it's a packed crowd here. Some locals in attendance as well. Supporter groups for SDFC, as this is going to be a offsides call. Making their mark, being about it, supporting local soccer. This is as local as it gets, Chiba. Lamar Hunt's
Absolutely.
2025 Open Cup tournament, the oldest running soccer tournament in the world, not just in the continental United States, in the world. Somehow calling it soccer for longer than anybody in the world in a tournament setting. You see a clearance there from the captain of SD Inter, Brent Zuniga. Brent Zuniga, one of the players that saw a full 90 a little bit over 24 hours ago. Good stop there. In goal, you have Evan Stoll in the Mírame Fuerzas green. Evan Stoll, probably having Papa Stoll once again joining us from the Midwest. He's over in Michigan, and we're over here complaining about 58 degrees.
We are. Absolutely. It's freezing here.
Personally have never seen snow. That's how San Diego I get. Ball's going to go all the way out. It's going to be a throw-in here for Chula Vista FC. And so far, both teams kind of measuring each other. Hasn't been a lot of motions in the last third. But that's the nature of tournament play. You want to make sure that you aren't the one that causing the error for yourself that'll lead to a goal, because once that final whistle blows, Chiva, it's over.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, again, for San Diego Internacional to play back-to-back games, it's something different than not a lot of players tend to get used to, right? Especially games at this intensity. But it's a very different lineup than what we saw yesterday for San Diego Internacional. We have a chance here for Chula Vista over the bar.
Good look there. This crowd goes mild for that. This heats Shiva. We've seen games of plenty here for SD Internacional. We were just talking about the only second day game that we had for SD Inter here in the 4 years that we've been doing and working with SD Internacional. As they try to move forward here over on the right-hand side. Very successful in utilizing the wings. Just a couple of lucky turns there. Player falls, no foul, says the referee. Play on. SD Inter putting that high pressure. And here a shot that goes in! San Diego Internacional getting on the board early on here in the 7th minute of action. And you saw that pressure being given there. And that has to be Mark, number 9, Benito Cruz. Cruz Benito. Ay, Benito. Mark knows how to score in pressure situations, knows when to score whenever. That individual you just saw marking the first goal for SD Inter is actually the player that won the Golden Boot a couple of years ago in the UPSL for scoring the most goals, not just in the league, not just regionally, not just in the state. He scored more goals than anybody in the UPSL. Go look in the UPSL, how many teams are in there, how many divisions. And this man scored more goals than anybody in there. That's a tremendous, tremendous player out there. Good to see him back in form. Also seeing some action yesterday in the second half and also getting himself involved in the scoring. If you're watching San Diego Futbol's broadcast yesterday, you could have done some scouting here. But it's very early on in the first half. 3rd round of Lamar Hunt's Open Cup. And you were saying, Chiba, that, you know, the structure of this tournament has it so that the winner here goes and plays up north, up to 5 a little bit. And then from there, the winner of that plays into the proper tournament, into the draw of 32. That's it. Like, we're talking MLS teams.
We're talking MLS team. We're talking USL championship teams. So after this game, for whoever wins, there will be a draw, and then that'll determine if they play in Laguna or here in San Diego or Chula Vista.
A very ambitious shot here. You know what? I'll give credit to that. That was on target to the hands of Stoll. Did well there, but nonetheless, not afraid to shoot. If you're the goalkeeper, you're keeping a mental tab on that one. As you mentioned, a no foul. Referee says play on. Here, a cross, low driven, very well dealt with here by the San Diego Internacional defense. We'll get to more Lamar Hunt Open Cup and its consequences, but let's talk about this lineup today. Evan Stoll, as we already talked about, with number 0. In goal, we got Marcelo
playing on the left side.
Left back, Brent Zuniga, captain, along with Rubin, one of the last names that you've seen don the SD Internacional shirt, the jersey, for majority of the years of its existence, 12 years of history, this team. Kaz Rubin. Then you have Ollie playing the right back spot. Moving into the center defensive mid position, that's Mike. Along with Connor and Danny Straukas, the return of the Iron Man for SD Internacional, Danny Straukas, who didn't play yesterday.
Great through ball here for Chula Vista, Tony.
Here's an opportunity. And this is going to be a goal! Goal! Chula Vista answer right back in the 10th minute of the first half. A very well-constructed play. Saw Evan Stoll coming out to an uncomfortable spot. And at the end of the day, you have to go ahead and get that shot on target. Let me tell you, believe that clips the campanita poquito, no?
Yeah, I think it touched the upper bar a little bit, Tony.
We're back where we started. This game could be 1-1, 0-0. It can be 7-7. But at the end of the final whistle, there will be a victor. Stay tuned to San Diego Football as we bring you interviews with head coach for SDFC, Mikey Varas, along with San Diego FC's sporting director, Tyler Heaps, coming up. Talking about the build-out of that team, San Diego Football. And we already talked about Mark Benito Cruz, number 9, who scored here in the first half for SD Inter, who flanks Garrett Heine, who's a goal scorer here, who actually has quite a couple of goals this season. Just to give you an idea, Garrett's on 5 goals starting last week. According to the UPSL website, this ball is going to go ahead into the hands of the goalkeeper for Chula Vista FC. We did reach out to Chula Vista FC for a potential lineup of what they may have tonight. We do have first names provided by the social media of Chula Vista FC. That you're seeing is Ricardo in the goalkeeping position, getting his ball intercepted there by SD Inter's high pressure once again. The defense is Eros, Abraham, Carlos, and Diego. Brian in the center mid alongside Jorge. And Iker, Rodrigo, Jordan, and Alberto making up the attack for Chula Vista FC. SD Inter have a throw in here. Small-sided affair here. A cross that doesn't find a blue jersey. A little bit too close to comfort there. How close that ball crossed in the box without anybody touching it. Garrett. Heine finding. It's going to be a corner kick here for SD Inter. And as we start to see the build out of how they want to play, they are trying to move through the middle in those small spaces, finding nooks and crannies. Very well defended by Chula Vista FC. Tonight's referees, Pavel George. Main referee, Pavel Georgiev. Abanderados as a corner flies, and it's going to be a second corner. Referee decides that that was touched by the goalkeeper. Has a very good line of sight there. Sideline officials, Emmanuel Padilla and Simon Gonzalez. Simon. Fourth official, Ahmed Zahi. People joining us in the chat here. San Diego Fútbol 619 Soccer. Shout out. If you want some good coverage of soccer in San Diego, go ahead and check out 619 Soccer on Instagram. Fantastic, fantastic page. There's a lot of work out there. And again, we saw a good response here from Chula Vista FC to going down 1-0. They weren't necessarily stunned. They responded quickly. So again, it's a reset back into that 0-0 mentality. Has a mistake here in the midfield. Yields a foul now as the Inter gain possession. Trying to play quickly. Referee says, no. Back it up a little bit. Eddie says, go CVFC. Very young team for the most part. 619 Soccer said, what a strike, son. Absolutely. Chula Vista FC with a magnificent goal potential. San Diego Fútbol's goal of the week tomorrow. We welcome Darren Smith in studio. Dispossession. Brent Zuniga now clears it all the way back to Ricardo. Anytime you see the ball in the air, needing defending for Inter, you'll probably find Captain Brent Zuniga there. Zuniga has played in the Open Cup proper before, so there is that experience factor. Closing in. Chula Vista FC. Beautiful ball. And here's a strike that finds the side netting. A good look, a good build for Chula Vista FC. Starting out the back as the Inter. Opening things up. Ollie. Driving down the sideline now. A little bit too much. Chula Vista FC regain possession here. And lapse in judgment there. It's going to be thrown for Chula Vista for SD Inter. Ollie with the throw in. It's early on where you can make those mistakes, but there's going to come a point where those mistakes are going to cost you, whichever side you're on. Chula Vista in the white, Internacional in the blue. Want to remind everybody that this game is brought to you in part by PB European and Imports. Are you in the need for a vehicular repair? Go ahead and call Coach Alex, founder of San Diego Internacional. 12 years in the community. 12 years very well spent. PB European and Imports. 1885 Garnett Avenue, Pacific Beach. Yeah. A run through the left wing now and a brave slide tackle here. And I say brave because let me tell you, it is frigid. And that turf does not tickle, Chiva.
Sure does not tickle at all. Field looks in pretty good quality, though.
Absolutely. This game would not be sanctioned for a open Cup tournament at Snapdragon Stadium. It would not be sanctioned, unfortunately, by the conditions of said field. Also because they're prepping for probably Monster Jam, and you know, it's a little bit different playing surface. Rubin. Zuniga getting pressured, finding space, but losing the ball. Mistake here by the captain. And now a switch over onto the left-hand side for Chula Vista. A good inside cross, a second cross. Here comes the shot. It's going to go ahead and be wide. And a goal kick for Internacional. A mistake there, and that's what we're talking about, Chiva. It's going to be a point where those mistakes are going to start costing you.
Yeah,
you just
Tony.
cannot make them.
Absolutely, and I'm a little surprised that the mistake came from Captain Brent Zuniga. You don't always see him getting those mistakes, and I mean, luckily it didn't result in a goal for Chula Vista. Evan Stahl sending his players upfield.
Yeah, saying, hey, we can put the pressure too. Let's. I've seen that ball a little bit too much here in the first half. Let's give my compatriot in the highlighter, yellow and green, Ricardo, some work to do. This tournament can spell success. In wild situations, you could potentially see Chucky Lozano playing on this very field if things go right for Internacional. That could happen.
It's a possibility for sure.
And again, for player safety, you know, I'd rather play somebody of that price tag on a more safe surface as opposed to the one at Mission Valley, but I digress. And a lot of talent still on the bench for Inter. Kevin Capas. That's K squared, double K in the midfield, who's had a couple of fantastic performances yesterday. He was taken out a little early. Maybe Coach Matt Palpalatok's strategy to conserve some legs for a little bit later. Most important half of this game is the second half, for sure. Good run here. Hector being overpowered there, being outran, asking for a foul from the referee. Referee says no, play on. As we have an injury to a Chula Vista FC player, the ball gets kicked out. Fair play. Play will resume here in a bit.
Looks like we're going to have a forced substitution, Tony.
That very much is the case here. Chiva, early substitution, 24th minute for Chula Vista FC.
Yeah, it's never easy, Tony, for a head coach when you have to make a forced substitution, something that you weren't planning on, but it does happen in the game, and unfortunately, that's all it is for number 7 that came off.
Play resuming here with a drop ball. Chula Vista FC with possession. We get a...
It's U.S. Open Cup.
All right, U.S. Open Cup. We get
It's
a
official.
digital board to let everybody know in attendance what the substitutions are. Fantastic.
San Diego Inter resumes play. Ollie right here with the ball now. Long ball, and you're going to have Mark Benito Cruz trying to pressure the goalkeeper here.
Trying to pressure the goalkeeper, Ricardo. And you know what? It worked.
The pressure did work, Tony.
And if you're Inter, you want to go ahead and take advantage of this, even if it is for a short moment where the goalkeeper is out of position. Good play here, Mark. Trying to get that 1-2, a clearance that was aired there. I want to thank pals over Chula Vista FC's Instagram account who have provided the rosters with numbers. The cross comes here for San Diego Inter. Almost turning into a cambio de juego, a switch, throw in the Inter. It was Dan Licea who came on, number 9 for Chula Vista FC, as we have a chance here outside the box, unable to control it. Referee says no. Referee is given advantage. And that's going to be a booking here. No, it's conversation perhaps. No, we are going to have a yellow card early on. Number 17, Ollie.
Good job on the ref playing advantage here, Tony. It was a hard. I don't think it was as much hard as a foul, Tony, but it was a very late foul.
Right there we see number 19, Leo Mendoza. Leo no está. I'm going to go ahead and read the names and numbers here. As Brent Zuniga finds the ball with his head. Provided numbers 17, Daniel Barragan for Chula Vista FC. Number 8, Luis Diaz. Alberto. With the number 20, Iker Fiol with the 4. Has a good triangulation here for Chula Vista. We're looking to get some confidence here. That's going to be a bounced off of Zuniga for a corner for Chula Vista FC. Goalkeeper. I believe we have Oliver Holt here listed, number 1. Number 14, Carlos Ibarra. Brian Ibarra, number 6. Dan Licea, we already spoke, number 9. Hernan Maldonado. Diego Mendez. Leonardo Mendoza, 19. Rodrigo Mesa in the 7. Ricardo Mofit Asmat. Jorge Navarro in the 12. Abraham Rodriguez. Jordan Rojas, 11. Abraham in the 5. And Ricardo Villalba, number 13. As corner comes in, looking for
Ooh, that was close, Tony. That was very close.
Now, this is going to be a throw-in.
I take my statement back, Tony. It wasn't close. The angle tricked it a little bit.
This is as local as it gets. Chivas soccer in San Diego in full fruition here. Slight contact. So we're going to go ahead and see Ollie roll out onto the clay. Ollie, the only player here, number 17, on a yellow card. See if he exercises extra caution. It's going to be another foul.
As you hear Captain Brent Zuniga say, no foul, and that's exactly what happened, a foul.
Number 17, once again, Ollie getting involved in that foul, just not too pleased with himself. Referee definitely has an extra eye on him, as Stoll's now asking for his wall. It's more than likely going to be a closed cross. Cross over to the second post. Recentro. In between two. Fantastic play. Now with the chance, Zuniga closes the legs. An attempt for a shot. That's going to be called a foul here. Ball for Internacional. Shout out to John Stoll. Saying hola, 2 balls on the mic. Go Inter. What is the frigid temperature he's asking? It is currently 58 degrees. 58 degrees is what it is here. Who had the San Diego goal, says Jimmy Co. That was going to be Jimmy Co 1. Mark Benito Cruz. As Inter loses possession very easily here as we move into the 31st minute of the first half. Good individual play here in between two players for Inter. Now moving on. Here's a chance. Great intervention. Referee has the flag up. That is going to be an offsides call. None of that counts. Oh, we're seeing San Diego Inter once again stepping foot in Chula Vista's last third. Or first third, that is. Good touch. Good construction here. This ball by Zuniga finds a struggling Stoll who's able to salvage some of that. Zuniga putting Evan in a difficult spot there. Now, Inter trying to move forward. Garrett looking for a through ball. And it's going to be an offsides call nonetheless. A little bit of life in this Inter side. Being laughed at from the Midwest for 58 degrees. It's okay.
It's cold for us.
If you really want to laugh, you can laugh at our mortgages and rents. Good intervention here. Staying strong with the right foot. Moving forward. Haney. Good touch. 1-2. Opening things up. And a little bit too short there. Cross is looking for the half side. And this is not going to be a handball call, regardless of the appeals of the Inter players. So far, Chula Vista being able to answer every single question Inter has been able to pose, aside from that first goal. So far, I'd say Chula Vista's had the better first half in general. It's a fantastic ball that almost finds control and balance inside of a dangerous spot. Evan Stoll able to get to that first. Chiba. Casi.
Yeah, no, it was definitely close. I don't think we're seeing the best match from Brent Zuniga tonight, Tony. That's something that we don't usually say.
Definitely. But once again, I want to remind everybody who's watching, this same team played a playoff match in the UPSL, say 28 hours ago. Intense matchup, intense 2-0 matchup. Brent Zuniga, actually, captain, played the full 90. One of the, I want to say about 6 players that played the full 90. And this ball almost dips in. An audacious attempt.
That would have been potential for a goal of the week, Tony.
For San Diego Punto Futbol, could have joined the ranks of Jaden Shaw, Joe Corona, Alejandro Guido's little nephew.
Yep.
There's more pressure being shown here by SD Inter. That's where they found success in the first half, early in the first half, to get that goal, is showing pressure, not letting Chula Vista breathe and move forward into their midfield, who is talented, has speed. I guess the Inter need to go ahead and press a little bit higher once again, as we see a full moon start to rise from the east. We'll see if yes, that's the east, Chiba. Maybe get a camera on that at some point once there's a break in the action. Test Chiba's zoom skills.
I'll try my best, Tony.
Zuniga heading this out. Forward. Heine gets his pocket picked. Now Chula Vista. Cross into the chest of Stoll, who finds an avenue rather quickly. Some urgency to this Inter team, but doesn't seem to get past the halfway field. That midfield is losing the ball in easy ways. 2 fouls there. That's going to be a second card for SD Inter.
And you see Connor pleading with Pavet, referee Pavet Georgiev, on why that shouldn't be a card, Tony. He said it was a couple grabs. Referee thought it was enough for a yellow card. Like you said, Tony, 2 yellow cards now for Inter in the first half. Gonna give Coach Matty something to think about.
Yeah, as you see Brent Zuniga doing what he has to do as captain, is having that discussion with the referee, saying, hey, like, that's 2 yellow cards where there could potentially at least have been 1 for them, or that one didn't necessarily warrant it. That conversation had by the captain, removing Connor from any potential danger to keep running his mouth, or if he does, just run it over there. Captain, leader, legend, Brent Zuniga. Now Inter with a chance here. Moving forward in a fantastic slide there. Ball should have been distributed a little earlier from Mark. Good defensive stand in the midfield. Moving forward, a great pass. And this is going to be a shot that's not going to have enough to bat in the final line for a corner. I don't think anybody would be mad at a 1-1 first half here in the third round of the 2025 Lamar Hunt Open Cup Tournament. The opportunity, and great hands there by the goalkeeper. Knew exactly what he was doing. I'll tell you, there's a couple of interventions so far that have had me impressed as Inter move forward. Connor with a chance, and another great stop. The danger isn't over here. Garrett looking for someone in the box, finding Connor after a chest deflection. And that's going to be an offsides. Offsides ball for Chula Vista FC. Here, everybody's laser focused into this match. You got Brent Zuniga making sure that his players are level-headed. You hear Evan Stoll all the way down saying the ball's live, ball's live. They played it quickly. Make sure everybody's paying attention. Eagle-eyed. There's no room for error for either of these teams. A hopeful long ball that finds some space and a pass here. And another great intervention. Goalkeeping coach has got to be proud of that one. It's those saves that nobody talks about. Molly. Back to goalkeeper Stoll. Five minutes of regulation in the first half left, aside from what the referee adds. We'll see on his handy-dandy digital board provided by Open Cup, I guess. Budgets are coming up. Connor with the through ball attempt. He saw the hole, couldn't thread the needle. And you see Brent Zuniga here having to clear that. There are a couple of appeals for a foul there early on. We see now an Inter player having to take an extra breather. Here we go. As we're going to get the zoom effect on a, well, all right, well. That's what the budget has here for San Diego Punto Football as they move forward in the Lamar Hunt Open Cup. Might get access to better technology here, but for now, is what we have here at Mission Bay High School. A great control here by the defender for Chula Vista FC. And clearance, subsequent clearance. Oh, se me están cayendo de hambre.
Sometimes what happens here on the turf field, Tony.
That's exactly. Sometimes that is what happens here on the turf field, Chiba. Yeah, Armani Haro saying, let's go CVFC. So we got some supporters from Chula Vista FC. We got SD Inter support in the chat. We had it yesterday all the way from the Philippines. A heads-up play here. SD Inter with a chance. Goal. That's Gary Heine. Gary Haney. 2-0, San Diego Internacional. In the 43rd minute. Doubling their score there. I got to say, it was a very, very good play. Heads up play on the throw and knowing exactly what you have to do. That assist was worth a goal on its own. Great job by San Diego Internacional.
And Tony, that's what sometimes gets you the advantage, right? Having a more experienced bunch of players. I know San Diego Internacional's players are a little older than Chula Vista FC players. So that sometimes that experience comes in hand. If we have a play here, Evan Stoll coming out.
Evan Stoll showing exactly who he gets at. I do hear a fanfare for Evan Stoll locally. Wow. Evan Stoll, congratulations. Returning to SD Inter yesterday for playoff action in the UPSL. A legend in the playoffs. Returning from, quote, what we gather for San Diego Punto Football, wedding season. Good old wedding season for Evan Stoll. So congratulations to Evan Stoll, whatever that may be. Maybe there's just a fan of weddings. 3 minutes. 3 minutes of added time is what the fourth official has decided to use his handy-dandy digital board for. I'm just absolutely flabbergasted. I'm impressed that that is allowed here at Mission Bay High School. In my years, never seen that. We're here for it. We love it. No call here in the midfield. Chula Vista trying to respond once again. They did it early in the first half, tying it back up. They would love to go ahead and keep it leveled going into the break. Here's a chance here, Chula Vista. Not being able to complete the last pass there. Now a clearance that almost turned into a great pass. It does turn into a great pass. Disposing of one, disposing of two, getting run over inside the box. Referee says no play on, no penalty. Whether that's no penalty for no foul or not enough contact to warrant a foul. I always say there's one or two situations. That's a great play here. Great through ball in between two players. And a chance here for Chula Vista FC to tie it up for a goal. Chula Vista FC once again responding. Tying it back up in the dying moments of the first half.
And Tony, that comes after the no call from the referee on the other side. Coach Matty Palpaltuk from San Diego Internacional was furious with the fourth referee.
So that's definitely something my personal view is one or two things. Either you award the penalty for what just happened as Mark Benito gets the ball immediately and says, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and take care of business here. Going forward. Mark Benito Cruz finding somebody that almost gets a good recentro. Another center back into that half portion. It's one thing you don't want to do is upset a in-form Mark Benito Cruz, who did go, as you mentioned, to the ground. So there's one of two things. It's either you award the penalty or you don't award the penalty because you deem that it's not a foul. If it's not a foul, then it's embellishment. Therefore, it should be a yellow card. If you don't give a penalty, as a late call here. Very late call as the fan base for SD Inter. It's a little rowdy here. Family atmosphere here at Mission Bay High School. Nothing better to do than bringing the fam bam to watch some Open Cup games. As this is going to be called a foul. I will say, in all fairness, the last call was an incredibly late call, just like this one. So at least it's going both ways. All you can ask is for an impartial job. That's as impartial as it gets. As we reach the 3 minutes added by the referee. A couple of extra sprinkles of time left here. Mark. Trying to do Mark things, getting that ball through, but nobody there to get that back. And the referee blows for the end of the first half. That's all the action we have here for Mission Bay High School as we return to the Lamar Hunt. Third round of the Open Cup. San Diego Internacional 2, Chula Vista FC 2. We'll be back. with the second half action. San Diego Punto Fútbol. And season's greetings. We welcome you back to Mission Bay High School for the second half between Chula Vista FC in the white and the home team, San Diego Internacional, in the blue. 2-2 match here of the third round of the Lamar Hunt Open Cup play-in tournament. Winner here is closer to the last 32. Has a chance for San Diego Internacional. Immediately off the gate, sees the change as listed on the board right now. Number 13, the goalkeeper in the first half, Ricardo, has been subbed off. Holt is now the goalkeeper who has the ball in his hands. Holtz Oliver has happened. Number 10 for number 19 as well are the substitutions for Chula Vista FC. My name is Tony Sanchez from San Diego Football, San Diego's #1 soccer outlet. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and follow on Instagram, follow on X, follow on Twitter. Follow the website, sandiego.futbol, not .com. That's right. sandiego.futbol, F-U-T-B-O-L. Every Monday, 2 Balls at a Mic, the podcast. 251 episodes in a row. Is a chance here. Inter. Very well done. Chiva.
And Tony, yeah, I just want to give you an update. There were 2 substitutions
Yes,
by San Diego Internacional. We had Ernesto, number 11, coming on. And we also had number 19, Spencer, coming on.
Mark that on the bingo.
It was number 10, Lucas, that ended up coming off.
Lucas coming off. Lucas playing on the right wing position.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it might have been Danny Strokas that also came off, Tony.
Danny Stroke is not necessarily the most fit coming into this match. Danny was actually paired in the center back position along with Captain Brent Zuniga for the majority of this year so far. He's played at the striker position. He's played at the center defensive mid position. He's played everywhere. And seeing him come out in the first half at halftime must be as he's right there. We're eulogizing a man who is right there, Chiva.
The center back position. I think it was Cass that came off. We'll get those confirmations over.
We'll confirm with 2 Balls at a Mic, San Diego Football research department here at Mission Bay High School, where the winner of this match advances. There is no tomorrow for the losing team. The home team, San Diego Internacional, having a second game in a weekend yesterday. Less than 28 hours ago, they faced off against Sporting SD in the first round of playoffs in their league competition, the UPSL. A lot of the players for SD Internacional in the blue had games last couple of hours, had to recover and come right back for what could potentially be the first step in the biggest opportunity for SD Inter in their 12 years of existence here in San Diego. They've been here longer than other teams have come and gone. San Diego Loyal, 1904, Albion SC, the professional NISA outlook. We got people watching from everywhere. Great ball for the second goal of CV. Absolutely. Go ahead and tag us on San Diego Football's Instagram, Twitter, anywhere. We have a segment, Goals, Gaffes, and Greats, where we crown the goal of the week, the grade of the week. Gol, acción y figura. Gol, error y figura. In acción. All those years back. If you remember, Chiva. Got Let's Go Inter from Sensei Willie. Season's greetings. Pablo Ramirez asking for the appearance of El Charquitos. Metan al Charquitos, dice.
El Charquitos.
Metan un subscribe to San Diego Football. We're giving away a jersey. San Diego FC's first inaugural home jersey. As we move into closer coverage of the MLS expansion. MLS next is where you'll find Chula Vista FC training in the Mid-East, Chula Vista area, very close to Southwestern College. There's a lot of talent in various ages. You love to see the game grow as it's growing. Chula Vista FC, one of those important clubs in the county, has a great chance here after a clearance in the back line. As this is now going to be an offsides call. It's the first call, first intervention from the referee, and we'll see where the temperatures are for SD Inter, who finished not necessarily on the best terms with the referee, I'd say. A tying goal for Chula Vista FC after a no-call penalty for SD Inter on the counter. It's almost a law of the game sometimes. Every time there's a no call, something happens on the inverse every action as a reaction, as the reaction time here of Chula Vista is very well prepared, not moving forward as this ball travels out. Goal kick, Evan Stoll for San Diego Internacional. Thank you for joining us. Wherever you're joining us, we got viewers from the Midwest. We got viewers from absolutely everywhere. Giovanni agreeing, yeah, that was a penalty. Giovanni Garcia, mándame saludos, Alejandro El Chiva.
Saludos a todos.
No, to Giovanni as a foul gets called here. Playing quick. Referee not being agreed with by Papa Stoll as Holt gets a hold of this ball. The boy liked that.
They did.
You know, the chance that we may be calling SDFC Open Cup matches if Inter does well enough. I mean, hey, even if they don't, whoever does represent against SDFC, if ever you want, San Diego Punto Futbol is ready to go. Let's go ahead and hit us up, San Diego Punto Futbol. Tony Sanchez, Alejandro El Chivo Villaseñor, part of the Two Balls and a Mic podcast. The network in San Diego for all things soccer. San Diego Wave, NWSL, MLS, UPSL, and beyond. Check out Bridge Barcada. Check out Chicano Futsal, 619 Sports, 619 Soccers, San Diego Soccers. We'll see if I do color commentary once again for the San Diego Soccers this year. I would very much love to. Brand new Front Wave Arena in Oceanside. Great pass here. Hector over on the right-hand side. Zuniga able to track down that ball. Very well done there.
And Brent Zuniga has to wake up at 2 a.m. tomorrow, Tony.
And, you know, if you're a first-time listener, long-time viewer, first-time caller, we do mention Captain Brent Zuniga in the highest of regards, not just because he is the captain of this team, San Diego Inter, formerly known as your girlfriend / boyfriend / partner's favorite soccer team, but Brent Zuniga, captain number 2 there in the back line for SD Inter, as Inter moved to build something from the midfield, opening it wide up. Chance here, you see a couple players asking for the ball. Here comes a chance, a shot from outside the box into the hands of a waiting goalkeeper here. During the 55th minute of action. This is the most important half of this match. Anything could have happened in the first 45, Chiba, and that wouldn't have mattered because at the end of the whistle here, this may go to extra time, then penalties. The magic of the Open Cup. I'll shout out a couple of people who are coming in representing the locals, representing San Diego FC's Independent Supporter Union. Being about it, supporting local soccer. So locals, the Riptides, the 18th Battalion, USG 18, Los Chavos, Barra 18, Dago Boys, todos, güey. Todos. Saludos. That's going to be called a foul here in the midfield. Simple foul. No need for a conversation. Ecstasy Eddie says, back when I used to play with Chula Vista FC, Beto Diaz did not have a physique. That's what I'll say here. He still be scoring somehow, though. Can't even hate. And you know what? Again, the magic of this tournament, this level, the MLS Next, like, however you want to chalk it up, there's chances for everybody to be represented. If you play hard enough and you play well enough, you know, there's still a level that needs to be played, right? Like, if everything goes right, we could see Lionel Messi here. If everything was to go right for ST Inter at Mission Bay High School.
Wouldn't that be something, Tony, seeing San Diego Internacional playing against Lionel Messi in the Open Cup?
That'd be fantastic. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Go ahead and join the YouTube participation. It's your participation medal. That's a good disposition here in the midfield. As the Inter. Ali. Looking for a pass all the way across, and that's going to be a miss. Ooh la la.
La que se perdió, Mark Cruz Benito. Tony, háblame, ¿qué pasó?
Mark, that's one you're going to definitely be looking back on. And
This one is going to be one that keeps him up all night, Tony.
well, he still has a couple minutes to make it up in this matchup, but that's one that you definitely see somebody as talented as Mark putting it in the back of the net. And he knows it. If there's anybody in this stadium, in this capacity crowd, in this, honestly, it's somebody called a fire marshal. There's too many people on this side. It's incredible. As a chance here for Chula Vista FC now to get some offense of their own. Chula Vista FC has not led in this match. They've only responded as a great, strong tackle there by Brent Zuniga. Sends this ball outside.
Gaff of the week, Tony.
Yeah, we can.
It's a contestant for Gaff of the week.
The contestant. We'll see. We'll see how this match ends up here. I don't want to spell any sort of juju and spell it into the air here. It's frigid temperatures. Just we're as 619 Soccer's on that same wavelength as you, Chiba. Saying, yep, Gaff of the week.
Yeah, that was a bad miss from Mark.
A lot of game left here as Evan Stoll is going to go ahead and control this one. Tiro centro. Protecting it. Sensei Willie saying, wonder who either team will have to play in the qualifying round. Chivo, you may have some info on that. So the winner of this match, because there will be a winner, there is, like I said, no tomorrow. Extra time, if not penalties, deciding who moves on to the next phase here. Some pressure once again. Inter found some success there in the first half with that pressure early on. And it's worked once again. Here's a chance, a great turn, and an opportunity for ST Inter. What a fantastic intervention there from the defense. ST Inter with a second opportunity.
Tony, if ST Inter wants to do what it takes to take it to the next level and play Laguna, they can't be missing these chances, Tony. These are important chances that they have to be scoring.
Going to travel up to 5, maybe the 76, 78. Pay the toll. Over to Laguna Niguel.
Or it could be here as well. There will be a draw after the winner of this one.
That is correct. Here comes a corner. A couple of brave foreheads trying to go in there. This is going to be a throw-in once again for ST Inter, who saw an assist coming out of a heads-up play in the form of a throw-in for the second goal. Clearance here from Chula Vista. Looking to make it a pass. Zuniga gonna box out expertly here. Travel. Do his little crab walk. And Joe, we do have an update on the weather as we see the fans here just collectively hovering around any heat source they can. People getting some refreshments or rehotments. We're down to 55 degrees. It is
Frillito.
the nuclear cold that is being felt a couple miles from the Pacific here. Can't imagine a colder place. The polar bears are wearing sweaters next door at SeaWorld, Chiva.
All right.
Have a great commentary we get here for the Lamar Hunt. The chance that we may have SDFC play here and have us commentate in this way makes me so happy. As it's going to make Chula Vista FC happy if that ball had gone a little bit lower to give Evansville some trouble there. 2-2, 63rd minute of the second half. Nothing yet for either team. And as mentioned earlier, Chiva, SD Inter has led twice in this match to an immediate response from Chula Vista. So either way, seems like Chula Vista does have that response factor that no matter what may happen, you're going to expect them to go all out and track back. As we see Holt here with the ball earlier. Not in the game. Goalkeeper substitution in the break after the first half. Not necessarily a move you see very often, but nonetheless, that is what happened so far. He's done a good job in the second half, and an opportunity for SD Inter now. About travels parallel to the line. It's going to be a throw-in for SD Inter, who look to go ahead and execute it quickly. Now into the box, and sote. Sana colita de rana. In this cold, you know what? These warriors out there, Chiva. As a shot is blocked, very well done. Holt. Mark Benito trying to get that one-on-one. Was robbed of the ball. Inter showing that high pressure, but an opportunity for Chula Vista to move quickly, mobilize for a counter. He gets stopped in the midfield there. Good 1-2 opportunity, and that's going to be a slide tackle that should potentially, measuring the temperature of this match, have a talking to, a discussion, and potentially a yellow card, the first booking for Chula Vista FC. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. That is a yellow card. First yellow card for Chula Vista FC to SD Inter's 2. Connor, the number 6, getting the first one. The second one. Along with number 17, Ollie. You got your prop bets up. I don't know who's that interested in Open Cup round 3. But there are your stats. Your San Diego Punto Football stats. And, yep, look at that. XT Eddie giving your back, Chiva. I think Jim might have some insight on that, and that's correctly as they have here a chance. What a fantastic stop. My word. That is worth a goal on its own. Put that in the highlight reel. It is still 2-2 thanks to a beautiful stop. Que paradón. Bien hecho, señor.
Yeah, fantastic save that could potentially save the match for Chula Vista FC. But as San Diego Inter getting some momentum now and a good chance here on this corner kick.
Hey, you want to clip that, put it on San Diego Punto Futbol. Tag it. Here's a second chance opportunity, and this is going to be called a foul in the box ball for Chula Vista FC. But let me tell you, yep, 619 Soccer sees that que salvada. There's no better feeling as a goalkeeper of picking yourself back up after you give it a save, do a save just like that. That was phenomenal. Builds confidence. And you know what? Maybe we see exactly why that happened at halftime. A substitution to bring number 1 Holt Eric on down. Chiva.
Yeah, it might be one of those things where the goalkeeper just showed up a little late, Tony, to the game, and he ended up coming in. He's the starting goalkeeper, but he got here late, and he's still the starting goalkeeper now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a bit strategic, maybe a bit, I don't know what it was at the end of the day.
But it's working out so far.
There he is. Holt Oliver. Fantastic. That just might be the save. Inter in the midfield asking for some help, asking for some backup, some support as the hands go up. And that's something you're going to start seeing because early on there was a lot of calls against San Diego Inter and 2 yellow cards. You're going to want to play smart here, but that also means that you're going to play a little bit more conservative in order to not earn that foul. Connor there with that pass. Connor Gallagher here of ST Inter. Beto. A spirited switch here. We saw Chula Vista FC player take a tumble there. They're asking for some sort of foul, but referee says, no, play on. I saw. Kept my eyes on that. Remind viewers as we come into the 69th minute. A strong standing tackle there. This match ends as is. It will go into a 30-minute additional extra time, split into 2. If that's still tied, a series of 5 penalties in order to determine a winner here. Unless either of these teams decide to stand out in the 90 minutes and be the winner. Ball travels back to Zuniga. Connor. A switch here looking for the complete other side. Doing well. Playing through the wings. It's going to be a shot. Hopeful. A little bit hopeful. It's going to go out for a goal kick. Knocking on that door. SC Inter. Está haciendo frío, pa. Está haciendo frío. Check out our show, Two Balls and a Mic, every Monday at 8 on YouTube. Live streamed. Episode 251, 251st week in a row, consecutive, without a miss. With soccer podcast action, local coverage, San Diego Wave, San Diego FC, UPSL, all the way down to the streets. Literally the streets. Shout out Chicana Futsal Bridge Barcata. There'll be a throw in here for ST Inter after a clearance. It looks like there's going to be some movement for Este Inter. In terms of substitutions, if I'm not mistaken, I see a certain attacking power warming up in the form of Luke Rayleigh. Nicknamed Luke the Juke for a reason. You'll see why, folks.
Que pase.
Small quarters action here. Here's a chance. Este Inter. Ball inside the box. Dangerously a header. Great teamwork there by Chula Vista to get this ball cleared. Now waiting patiently for some numbers. Holding in the midfield. Now moving forward. Cutting that off immediately there. This number 3, Marcelo.
And it'll be interesting to see who we see Luke Rayleigh coming on for. He does like to play on the wings or on top as a 9. Maybe see the exit of Garrett.
Given that extra factor in the middle, there is going to be chaos unleashed. Especially if Mark Cruz, can link up with him. But here's an opportunity over on the right-hand side. Este Inter. You can read the pantomime happening over there. Just asking for a shove. Some extracurriculars. Referee says no. Continue play. This is going to be a attempted across. It's going to end up being a corner kick for Este Inter. Coming into the last half of the second half. Corner kick looking for the second post. Clearance here for Chula Vista. And watch out for the counterattack. No chance for a counterattack. Offsides.
We're going to have 2 substitutions for San Diego Internacional. We're going to have 7 Luke Rayleigh coming on. And number 3, Sandro. Frenchman Sandro coming on as well.
Sandro. Alessandro.
I'll confirm right now who's exiting Tony.
And again, this is going to add a different level of verticality to Este Internacional.
Mike Can ends up coming off, and also Garrett comes off for San Diego Internacional.
Just going to see Luke in the number 7 take that striker position and almost a false 9 everywhere in the attacking space position.
And Sandro takes over on the center mid position.
It's going to be a foul here. Este Inter takes immediate effect. Here comes a cross and a beautiful attempt. All right, let's go.
All right. That's what Tony meant earlier with Luke Rayleigh.
That's your first look at the ball, and that's where your confidence is. All right. Somebody else would have said, hey, let's take an extra time. Try to control it.
Not Luke Rayleigh.
Not Luke Rayleigh. It's not his style.
He's not scared to make the highlight reel.
It's, who? The Rayleigh reel. Get me, yeah.
We almost saw the goal of the Open Cup already.
Yeah, no, 100%. That would have sealed the deal. 100%. ESPN, tag us. San Diego.Futbol. Alejandro Chiva Villaseñor and Tony Sanchez. San Diego's #1 soccer outlet.
Naivaro.
A good idea here. Nobody to capitalize it from the team in white, Chula Vista FC. Let's see Sandro here. Back to Zuniga. Mark. Those lethal cuts of his. Switches it all the way over to the right side. And here's an attempt. Just say that. It was the attempt. I don't know what. Cross, shot.
The optimism
Just
Ollie half for that
an
shot
attempt.
was very high, Tony. I don't know what Ollie was thinking there.
It's all good. If you're not trying, then you're not trying, I guess. Some nervous faces here at Mission Bay High School are starting to appear. You know, again, for a program like Chula Vista FC's to have representation in the Lamar Hunt Open Cup as a MLS Next institution would spell fantastic news, as there is, just to give everybody a heads up, and the camera will pan right to it where the referee is. Now going to have a discussion. A yellow card is shown for the Chula Vista FC player. It's number 11. It's a yellow card. There's a strong action that happened off camera that saw a tangle up.
That's number 11, Jordan Rojas, Tony.
Jordan Rojas. Second yellow card for Chula Vista FC.
Now it's 2-2, tied up as well.
As even as it gets for these two teams.
Not a good play here from Marcelo.
Marcelo. And a immediate response by Chula Vista FC, much like their goals. Not good play right after.
So I'll match you.
Literally
I
two
see
por
your bad
two.
pass and add you another one.
Literally 2 por 2. Like 2 for 2 as well. The literal translations. Some aerial soccer. Mark trying to save that, almost. Mark having some experience. Trying to play alongside La Hormiga and La Chivas. Recently he went over to Ciudad Juarez. Trying out over there, and he said, you know what? My native land, San Diego, where I choose my talents for San Diego Internacional. Zuniga. Every player for ST Inter is in Chula Vista territory. Long ball into the hands. Very well read there. Holt Oliver. Oliver Holt. Dispossession. High pressure from Inter. Not being able to connect. And some motors are starting to turn. See if the intensity of this matchup increases. That's going to be called a throw-in, not a foul. Opportunity here for Chula Vista now. Chance to turn inside the box. And this is going to travel sail. A little too close for comfort for San Diego Internacional. As they quickly take the goal kick here. Marcelo. Sandro. Excuse me, Connor in the 6. Now it's Sandro. Mark. Needing to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier. Now with a good opportunity, good looks here. Numbers being favorable. Un taquito. Un centro into the hands of the waiting goalkeeper here. Fantastic performance so far. 81st minute. Starting to get into that territory where you don't want to be the one making the mistake, as that's going to be a strong foul right at the center point, midfield. And a third yellow card now for number 20.
I think he recognized it right away, Tony. As soon as he tackled that, he said, no, yeah, I'm going to get a yellow for this one.
Yeah.
That's number 20, Alberto Diaz.
Alberto Diaz from Chula Vista FC getting a yellow card there. We're going to have another substitution now. Number 5. I believe that's Kaz Rubin.
Kevin Capas.
Kevin Capas. The K got me.
It's going to be Ollie, number 17, coming off. Looks like Connor is going to be moving over to the right back position. And Kevin going to take over that center mid. And it looks like Ernesto dropping at the 6 now, where he played yesterday. Still a 4-3-3 formation for San Diego Internacional. Nothing's changed there.
It'd be a lot to ask for Este Inter to play an additional 30 minutes on top of the 90-plus they already played yesterday. So that can definitely factor in tired legs, make poor decisions in important times. Good turn here, but a better tackle. See Capas there with his first touch of the ball. Restarting everything with Zuniga. A switch here that doesn't find its intended target by Sandro. Anything can happen in the dying moments. The third round of the 2025 Lamar Hunt play-in tournament. Winner here travels to Laguna. And then it gets decided, the winner from there, into the last 32 of the entire tournament. Stoll. Chula Vista showing high pressure now. A moment for Este Inter to really ponder about and really think of this passing and the pressure that's being shown now, because it takes a moment now. It's going to be very difficult for anybody to go ahead and come back. Not saying it's impossible. We've seen it twice. If San Diego Inter were to score, Chula Vista has responded with an immediacy. There's going to be a throw in here. Chula Vista. Sandro getting charged with the foul there.
Getting down to our last 5 minutes, Tony. Not with what the referee is going to add. There has been a lot of substitutions, so maybe around 3-4 minutes, Tony. What do you think?
That seems appropriate for what we've seen today. Will be a longer night, at least for 30 minutes, but we'll see what happens here. A chance. The ball travels in the Holea. Another intervention by Brent Zuniga. Sliding tackle inside the box clears that out. High pressure situations here. Chula Vista moving forward. Well with the ball. Gets responded fine. Here comes Sandro. Sandro who's needs to get his footing in. Estamos calmado. Tranquilo, tranquilo. Parlez-vous français? No. It's going to be a foul. Sandro has to be careful here. He's coming on in the second half, accumulating 2 fouls already. It's an advantage that you got rid of a couple of yellow cards with substitutions. It's of no benefit to anybody to get a substitution for dissent. You can see the fourth official travel and speak to the substitutes in waiting for Chula Vista FC, making sure that all the space is being respected. Here comes a cross inside the ball. Evan Stoll is able to come down with that and tries to restart play quickly. Gonna want that clearance, that kick back. And that's gonna be called no foul.
Oh, it's going to be a throw-in for Chula Vista.
My.
As you see Mark still on the sideline. Injured. He is out of the field, so ref says game can resume. And game continues. Now Inter finds themselves with 1 player down.
A no call on the field and action resumes. Unfortunate for SD Inter. By the way, they are going to have to play with 1 player less.
And it's the Chula Vista coaching staff taking care of Mark right now, Tony. Pretty interesting.
There's an opportunity here and a good intervention. Not over yet for Chula Vista. And a great stop here. And a great 1-2. Deflection after deflection, but Evan Stoll is able to capture that ball. Just an update. We still have a player out of the field. Mark Benito is out. But right now we have Luke Rayleigh trying to make something happen in that position.
And now Coach Matty has to think whether to take out his best player in Mark, who's still out of the field. As the Inter currently playing with 10 players. Great dummy here.
Best case scenario here would be for a goal for San Diego Internacional as they are playing with a man down. Here's Inter maneuvering the ball outside the box and a chance here.
It's going to be a corner kick. What a stop then.
What was a deflection by the goalkeeper. This header finds a white shirt.
It's going to be a yellow card for number 14, Danny Strokas.
Just an immediate pickup here.
Down to the last minute before the added time.
Let's see how much added time is left.
Looks like Mark must not be able to continue, Tony. He's limping off to the bench for San Diego Inter.
It's going to be offside out here. It's going to be thrown for ST Inter. And still, since that last action, they were still a player. They are still a player down. Now we have some players warming up for Inter. We reach the 90th minute. We're waiting to see how much added time will be put on the digital board before we go in extra time. 3 minutes. 3 minutes of extra time. Time added on, not extra time. 3 minutes before we go to extra time. I want to remind folks at home there is a player that is out for ST Inter. Inter currently playing with 10. Brent Zuniga going to ground there. Referee says that's going to be a foul.
A chance here towards the end. Chance here towards the end for Chula Vista FC to take the lead.
All you got to do is create chaos in the box right here. As it may look like Mark Benito may come back on.
Looks like he's testing it out.
This would be an interesting development. Playing with 10 men, San Diego Inter. And now an opportunity for Chula Vista FC. He's getting closed down by 3 players from Inter. And now a chance for Inter to put numbers up front. Last minute of play. Looking towards the area where you don't normally find a player there. That's not going to be the through ball that gets him through. And again, you start to think what would have happened there. But as we do see, miraculously, Mark Cruz Benito preparing to re-enter the field. As here's a chance. Now the ball back to him, unmarked. Keeping the ball inbounds. Referee says play on. Mark Benito has a chance here. Goal! San Diego Internacional. In the dying moments of this match, score the difference, 3-2. You see Captain Brent Zuniga asking the official on the sideline how much time is left. Cannot be a lot.
And Tony, I believe that was Luke the Juke Rayleigh.
That's exactly
of
what
an
we're talking
assist
about.
from Mark Benitez.
Mark Benito Cruz. Coming on. This ball is going to travel out, and that's going to be the end of the match. San Diego Internacional advances to the next phase, round 4 of the 2025 Lamar Hunt Open Cup Tournament. They travel to Laguna, where they have a chance to move into the last 32 in the nation of the oldest tournament, the oldest soccer tournament in the world. Score here, 3-2, San Diego Inter 2, Chula Vista FC. San Diego Inter 3, Chula Vista FC 2.
Reminder now, San Diego Internacional moves on to the 4th qualifying round of the Open Cup. It's going to be facing Laguna. There's going to be a draw to see if this game is at home.
This may potentially come back here to Mission Bay High School. Thank you for everybody who's joined us in the chat, everybody who's joined us on stream as you see the players being thankful to everybody in attendance. We love to see it. A great game by Chula Vista FC and their players. And the exhaustion. 2 games, 2 playoff games in 48 hours, 2 victories. Huge, monumental for ST Internacional. Thank you for everybody who joined us. XC says fair play, respect. Come on, let's go. John Stoll, Brian Papalchuk from a different time zone. I believe it's daytime where he's at. Is the Inter versus STFC? Perhaps. Let's go Inter. That's going to be it here for San Diego Internacional and San Diego Punto Futbol's coverage of the Lamar Hunt Open Cup Tournament. Thank you for joining us. This has been Tony Sanchez along with Alejandro Gia Villaseñor. Check us out on YouTube tomorrow, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Darren Smith will be joining us. For Alejandro, for SD Internacional, for everybody, my name is Tony Sanchez.